Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter resale channel. I'm back at it again today, trying to find items that I can pick up to flip on eBay for a profit. The first item that I spot today was this Dahar metalware platter. They're made in England. Depending on the pattern, they can sell for a good amount. I end up leaving this behind. As you'll see in the comps here, they're kind of all over the board, and for $3.99, I want to make sure that it sells fast and that I make a good profit. I wish I would have picked this up. I initially take a look at it and put it in the cart. I end up putting it back. Here's something that I'm glad I didn't pick up. Initially, if you would have looked up by Google Lens, like comps, current comps, there wasn't any current listings that had sold on eBay. However, on WorthPoint, they show for a lower amount. It's listed pretty high on eBay right now for $44. However, the only comps that I could find for sold comparisons was that $5 and that other one. So just make sure that you're paying attention to what it actually sold for and not what people have it listed for. Down below here, I spotted a BBP pottery crock. It was missing a lid. I don't know if it came with one necessarily because it could have been like a utensil holder or a vase, but it was broke on the back, so I left that. Some of the patterns can go for decent money, but the majority of them will go in the like mid to low $20 range. I did spot this and grab this amazing pottery piece as well. It's an earthenware piece with a chino type glaze on it. I could not figure out the maker mark on that piece. However, it is very nicely done, and we have quite a few amazing potters in Minnesota, especially the ones that worked under Warren McKenzie, and this kind of gave me those vibes, so I grabbed that. This is a Costa Rica pottery piece. I think from here on out I might be more selective in picking those up. I did pick that up and I did list it, but they don't go for a lot of money. I mean, a few pieces they go depending on the item. I grabbed these initially thinking these might be a good pickup. I put them in the cart, and when I looked them up online, they aren't really going for much, and they are asking $10.99 for the set. Here's some Raku pottery coasters or tile trivets. There was no signatures on them. I decided to put those back. There are a few cute pieces on the shelf there, but again, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting the higher profit margin in for these items. This was a nice carved, I believe carved, if not molded wood piece. However, I put that back, the profit. I couldn't find that exact one. I maybe should have grabbed it. And then this was made out of some weird resin. It looks like a melted texture to it, so I left that behind. Of course, I grabbed the Chalkware fish. These tend to sell pretty fast, especially if they're in really good condition. If it had been a pair, it would sell a lot faster. However, people are always looking for replacement pieces that fall. And here's kind of an be on the lookout for. This is Maitland Smith. These items, I've sold a few lamps, especially if you can find the cast bronze or metal pieces made by this company. They go for really good money. I might have been able to pick up this and make a decent profit on it, but it's fairly large. I'm trying to stay away from some really large pieces. There I showed you some comps on some of their pieces. And this was a studio or art pottery vase, and I was trying to decide what was on the front there. It looked like some green paint, or if they were trying to cover up some damage, so I left that behind. And this was giving me M.A. Hadley vibes. There was no signature and no markings, and I chose to leave that behind. Next, I spotted some tiles or trivets by Berggren. This is a nice set. However, they were kind of faded and they don't go for a high amount, usually between $12 to $18 for the set. So I chose to leave those on the shelf. Now, if you can find one of the vintage Stanley, or I believe there's another brand, I can't remember the name on there, of these metal lunch boxes, grab them. They sell pretty fast. Every time I grab them, they go pretty fast. The newer ones, not so much. This was an art glass vase of sorts, and it had an applied ribbon on the outside, which was broken. And here was like a mini little vanity mirror tray. I left that as well. And I was a little shocked at the price of these. They wanted $10.99 for each set. There was only 4 in each one. And I believe they go for like $18 to $24 online. I chose to leave those behind as well. The prices at Goodwill have been going up pretty steadily. And also I do know for a fact that they are hand picking and selling items themselves online. So the pickings are getting slimmer and the prices are getting higher, which is making it more difficult to find those rare items to flip online to make a decent profit. This was a nice pottery piece. And this was a fused glass little dish. However, it wasn't signed, and I am trying to be more strict in picking up just the signed pieces or ones that I can attribute to somebody. And they had a lot of figurines and little things on the shelves. And I'm checking out the wood aisle. I'm not finding a ton in these two sections today. And we're at another store, and this is the vase section. I'm checking out their glass and pottery. This looks like someone hand painted or painted over some milk glass. Recently, they started bagging up sets at some of the stores and putting prices on them. And then I was so happy to finally find some stuff. This was a Blanco water pitcher. I have that listed for $49.97. They sell relatively fast, so I grab them every time I see them. As I was looking at this pottery piece, I noticed 2 vintage blown glass vases. So of course I grabbed those. Even though they're made in Japan, I still grabbed them. I'm going to list them as a set, which I did. Usually you only find one single vase. This time I found 2. And I don't know if they were originally sold as a pair, but they definitely look good together. I thought I'd check out this set just because normally you don't see them all together with the teapot and the cups. Or that might be a coffee pot. And I thought these bowls were cute. And this was a nice little lacquer bowl, covered bowl. And then I spotted right there on the shelf was a large, it's a Russian lacquer box. The small ones can go for really good money depending on the scene that's on the front. They are usually all signed. Thankfully the tape didn't do any damage to the item, and they only wanted $4.99 for it. And it looks like I might be able to get a decent return on that. I haven't sold a large one like that before, so we'll see how it does. And then I spotted this Isabel Bloom wall plaque. It's like a family scene. Initially, I was going to grab it. Again, this is another lesson in make sure that you look up the solds. There are quite a few listed for a high amount. Again, the solds, there are none. I couldn't find any that had sold, so I put that back. I initially grabbed this little perfume bottle too, but I ended up putting that back as well as it didn't meet my profit amount. And then I spotted a Peggy Carr fused glass plate. I grabbed that, of course. And I thought this was pretty neat. It was a Satsuma porcelain egg. The scene on it was pretty nice. I was kind of shocked when I looked up the comps that they don't sell for a ton of money. The quality is nice. At least the painting is nice on it. But I do end up leaving that behind. And I have a feeling I should have grabbed these. Halloween's coming and people want the Halloween decor, and those would have been amazing to put up for Halloween. This was a nice little bud vase. I ended up leaving that behind. And then I also was gonna grab this. I don't know about you, but I'm having a hard time moving anything that's like a picture. They sit for a very, very, very long time. Even though this is hand painted and it's purple glass, the initial listings, the current listings are listed high. However, without the glasses, they tend to sit and not sell very fast. So I did leave it behind. And then I grabbed this. I did pay $10.99 for it. In the past, they've sold for well over $40 to $50. However, the price has come down on that now, and it looks like I might make about $25 to $30 on that item. I did snag up this. Anything Kid Rocker related that's vintage tends to sell very well for me, especially any of the bent wood styles. So I did grab that. I haven't listed it yet. And then I grabbed this. This is made by Robert Eccles. I love his pottery. I love the colors on this, and I grabbed that. Here's your recap. That'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. If you can, go ahead and like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.